Douglas, the strip. He'll slam it home.
And Bradley Douglas showing off the
speed of the ball movement. Chaplin strips it. Douglas slams it home. Bradley. Good defense by Thomas. Douglas. Spin move. Lays it in. Bradley.
Collected it and still laid it up in the air. And a steal. Douglas on the move. 2-on-1. Douglas to the rack. First turnover. 7 turnovers already for Tennessee State. Douglas wheeling and dealing and knocks down
over there afterward with his younger brother playing for Bryant.
Yeah, I wondered if they took KK out of the game a little while ago. I wonder if he had.
Douglas comes up the left side for Little Rock, slows it up in the front court. Douglas drives against Davis. Down the lane he goes, puts it up and scores. Douglas with the drive.
Jefferson kick out. Douglas stop and pop three and get.
Turnover leads to the transition opportunity. Tough to get those when you're not getting stops and not forcing turnovers.
Douglas Williamson nearly had it knocked away.
Also one of those players that when he sees it go through a couple times.
It just keeps.
Years before injuries really slowed him down, and really he barely got on the court because of all the injuries the last couple seasons.
Douglas step back three, gets down. Douglas with 6 on the shot clock. Step back 3 and go. Shoots at just under 42%, so an efficient scorer as well. Extra pass. Douglas for the Gamecocks is Juwan Purdue with a quiet 7 as Douglas lets the 3 fly and gets it. 9 for Little Rock. 10th turnover of the night committed by the Roadrunners as Douglas will take the 3 and get it.
All in the paint. I think that's where they got to look. Jameer Chaplin, DeAnthony Gordon, getting those guys touches in the paint or opportunities for them to get downhill. As Bradley Douglas, not the
Douglas takes it away.
Yeah, Van Pipper went up with bad intentions right there. Jalen Crocker-Johnson wasn't having any of it. Went straight up and got the clean block.
Douglas to the rack.
Needed DeAnthony Gordon to score 17 points every night. This year, that's not necessarily the role they need him to fill as Bradley Douglas knocks down the triple.
An OVC game here tonight. 3 on the way. 3 goes.
Like you said, the tip back dunk, always around the rim.
1-point game. Douglas. Kansas.
That possession didn't result in a turnover. They had a couple different times there where they really got lucky that Chaplin just wasn't able to come up with it.
Douglas slips past the D.
Crocker-Johnson has some depth on that elbow. Right wing, there's Douglas on the 3.
Douglas to knock it away. Douglas will take it downhill, lays it in.
Good. Crocker-Johnson. Crocker-Johnson as the shot clock goes to 10. Douglas again. Pull up from the foul line is good.
Who will go out to Bradley Douglas. Now in on Jeffries and there Robinson. Lost it on the pass initially. Now right wing. Douglas pump fake. Got Curry. Now lets it fly.
Then he goes in front of his own bench and hits it from almost as far.
So back to a double-digit lead and no longer. Tournament, and you know we certainly miss Heather and got a chance to know her over the last couple of years. It's Bradley Douglas with the tough.
Douglas trying to find a seam in the defense. On the attack, the pump fake and the bucket. Great. Mitchell sets the screen for Douglas. Douglas will fire and hit.
To play up tempo, and then you've got other teams that like to grind it out. It's a landscape. What a look from Douglas dropping the dime.
And not the look you want early in the shot clock there from Gordon.
Nice pass inside. Chaplin finishes.
So the driving in, they dunk it with Chaplin.
Are on the way. It's off the mark. Little Rock wanting to run in transition. Chaplin out ahead of the pack.
Against the Trojans, have to do a better job of defending without fouling.
4 of Little Rock's 12 points have come in the paint. There's 2 more on the. Take it though, off the mark. Chaplin skies for the rebound. Douglas outlet pass to Gordon. Avoids the defense and slams it home.
And really is not far behind him. Now his minutes have been pinched a little bit with Mikal Mitchell. Oh!
Under a minute remaining. Nice pass underneath. Williamson with the reverse leg.
If they're first in the league, he's going to be tough to deny.
Chaplin the alley-oop.
Their offense, they have guys that are so good. They're trained well to move the ball off the ball.
In blocks, averaging better than 5 per game. Extra pass in the corner. Robinson.
Side. Passed it up top to Douglas. Douglas dribbles to the left elbow. Finds Mitchell inside. Laid it in. It hung on the.
And back the other way comes Bradley Douglas. Look at that. Nice pass underneath and a nice finish.
Drop before rolled all around the cylinder and popped out.
Milky is Southern Indiana's best three-point shooter. Chaplin.
Douglas. To a cut.
Option offense. This makes it so difficult to guard.
Yeah, just a lot of motion, a lot of things. It makes the defense think. Here in the second half, the tide has shifted a bit. That's the 7th offensive board for Little Rock since halftime.
Downing will try the tray and gets it.
Just had a good game against Southern Indiana their last time out. Douglas had 12.
Robinson already with 3 assists. Bradley Douglas out to Jameer. Chaplin stuffs it with Williamson. Douglas off the screen, through the lane, kick out. Chaplin, triple, again.
Game over Little Rock's final 12 games of the season last year. The Trojans really struggled to close out games, but DeAnthony Gordon was the bright spot. MO going back to the middle of last year.
Ronnie Harlow has been busy for the Little Rock Trojans tonight. Douglas alley-oop! In the closing minutes of the game. Douglas inbound pass to Williamson. That's a nice look from Douglas. Nice look, Chaplin.
Brown showing the athleticism as
Douglas. 6 on the shot clock. Deep 3. That's a heat check. Did it go?
Obviously, a lot of the players, none of the players are left from that Sunbelt team from 2019.
Back in the game playing with 4 fouls. Douglas contested, 3 falls.
Ball stolen away, Bradley Douglas, and Douglas at the rim and 1.
10 on the shot clock. Douglas in the lane, spinning, somehow keeps the pivot foot lazy. Robinson, Gordon, kick out, Douglas for 3, drains it. Douglas step back 3, he's feeling it.
And into the hands of Cougar Downing. And now the 3 is good.
5, Douglas step back 3, buries it. Douglas turns the corner, avoids the defense.
Today's sport of basketball, but Ball State has multiple guys that can do it.
Douglas left the first at Downing, picking up his pass, picking up the dribble at a terrible spot. Douglas avoiding the defense. New career high for Darian Ford, 15 points, 6 of 9 from the field. As Douglas into the lane, little PB was 4 of 10 from the floor. Long 3-pointer, has it stripped. Douglas, 1-on-1 through contact, and 1. Pearson Jr. nearly knocked it away. Chaplin, kick out, Douglas for 3, another.
Offensive rebounds and the bad turnover there by Gordon. They've got to clean things up in a hurry.
Patrick, how do you keep from being demoralized if you're Little Rock? That certainly helps.
6 from 3. They have gotten to the foul line 10 times. Again, that's going to be an area to watch. It feels like for Little Rock all season long. As Bradley Douglas wide open underneath the basket.
Jihad has been in double figures in 5 of 6 games this year. Douglas the triple. 15 on the clock. Mitchell hands it back off to Douglas. Little runner in the lane falls.
Please. Crocker Johnson hands it off to Douglas. Douglas on the drive into traffic, up and good over Malou.
Douglas handling for Little Rock, left alone, so he says, I'll take it to the basket.
Johnson somehow comes away from the scrum. Douglas steps into it.
Down on the baseline now. Skip pass all the way across and a 3 coming, and it's good.
Push it if you're Little Rock. Wide
Douglas,
open.
Transition 3, yes! Mitchell working out of the high post. Douglas off the screen, got it. We're tied.
And tipped away by Robinson. He's got a steal. They get it to Douglas all the way for a dunk.